Hola, buenos días. Estamos en la casa de Jorge García. Estamos aquí hablando del episodio que se llama What They Died For.
Welcome to Geronimo Jack's Beard. This is Jorge. With me, as always, is Sidekick 22.
Hello.
And our special guest, Henry Ian Cusick. So, we're talking about What They Died For, episode 616. There was a lot of... Yeah, we just came off a lot of death.
Well, that was 2 episodes ago.
They died in 6:15, right?
6:14.
Right.
6:14.
Because 6:15
6:15
was
is all.
Jacob.
That's right.
Man in
Oh,
Black.
right. We went away. After all the tragedy, he says, we're going to go away now and give you this whole
That's right.
other thing.
Yeah.
This episode includes the return of Michelle Rodriguez.
Yep.
In a very cool little role.
Yeah, Mira Furlan as Daniel Rousseau. Jack's kid, David. And Kenton as young Jacob / creepy kid in the jungle.
Oh, yeah, creepy bloody kid in the jungle. Who we now
and
know
Mark
is Jacob
Pellegrino as well as Jacob later.
6:15.
So, before we start, what are your thoughts about the stuff you've been doing in the Flash Sideways?
I've had Charlie's given me an epiphany. It would seem that if you have a near death or some sort of extreme experience, emotion that you
love seems to do it too.
Yeah, love, or yes, and I think love is probably a better one. That you are able to see from the Flash Sideways your whole life.
Yeah,
Which
seem to remember the island.
You remember the island.
Yeah.
But which is the one that you'd rather be in?
Right.
That's the thing. That's the thing I have. Which reality would you? I'd rather be in the reality where I'm not on the island.
Well,
Although all the Sidewayses, for the most part, seem to be better lives.
Right.
Maybe not Kate. She's still kind of...
You have a great
The
life.
same kind of thing.
I have a decent life. The only thing I don't have is Penny.
Most people's lives seem to be quite good.
I don't have Penny, which is probably the biggest one.
But you also don't know you're missing Penny either.
No.
Yet. You saw her
until
in
I see
thing.
her. Yeah, I see
well,
her.
that was in Happily Ever After, right?
Yeah,
Where Penny
6:11. Yeah.
And you don't have Charlie, the little kid.
Right. I don't have a son.
Right. But it's more like you start becoming this person who starts tweaking the knobs and trying to get stuff in motion.
Yeah, I seem to be trying to get everyone together. I want everyone to open their eyes to the fact that there is this other reality, this other world, and that we should do something about that.
There was an earlier episode where Eloise says something to you, don't do it.
She says
you're not ready.
Right, you're not ready.
They're not ready, yeah.
Which is the line that comes up again in this one.
Here,
when I say to Annalise, you say
she's not ready.
I say she's not ready.
Yeah.
So, what does that mean? We are on a different level? Are we more enlightened, or what?
Like she won't see it yet if she has the love or the emotion.
This by the way, I did ADR yesterday, and I was doing the thing where I blow up the black rock.
And you run from it.
I'm like, run, go, 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 because it's blowing up behind me. And then on the third take, I go, run, go, 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 wee. And because I did that, they played me you falling down the well.
That's
what did you do?
Because I had to falling down the well. I went, wee.
Because they told him that he couldn't, that he's not supposed to be scared of falling down the well.
Because you're supposed to know what's down there, I guess.
No,
Desmond is,
well, see, that's the whole thing. I didn't know what was happening, and they said you're not scared because, and part of me always hoped that John Locke would come back.
Mm.
The real Locke was somewhere hidden. It was hidden in that monster. And so I was sort of playing it, looking at, thinking, I see the goodness in you.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was nothing.
Yeah.
That was a kind of...
Yeah, it's been this whole, what is Desmond's purpose? What is his...
Well, it says in here
what's
now
his
he's
power?
the fail-safe.
Yeah, how does this ability to absorb electromagnetism translate into, this is going to help us fight Locke? So Jax cuts back. That's one of the first things I saw in the opening.
Yeah.
And so you are impersonating someone from the airline?
Yeah, I am.
You don't really work for the airline. It's just you just kind of like call them on the cell phone and says, "Yeah, this is the airline."
He's sneaky. He's getting everybody together.
Okay.
I wanted to know if they made you like make your voice sound different.
I wanted to. I was going to try an American accent.
Oh, you should have.
And Paul Edwards said no, just do your own accent.
Aww.
But I sort of poshed it up a bit. It wasn't.
You did.
It wasn't Desmond. It was a bit more. But yeah, that's kind of.
Dr. Shepard!
Remember when they were trying to hide like the fact that it was Kate for like 5 seconds, that it was Kate in the shower, and she's like, "Your razor's on the." What?
I think maybe that's
always,
maybe that's why they were.
They always do that stuff.
And
Same
it sounded
thing with
so bad. Emerson
with Saeed in the pet hospital thing.
Pet hospital.
Yeah.
With Emerson.
Yes, he's like operating. He's pulling like the bullet out or whatever. He's doing something.
And Emerson sounded weird.
And he's like, yeah, he's the.
I
voice
wondered
is
if it
different.
was they made him make his voice sound weird, or if they.
It's just another one of the things they
mess with it in
audio.
audio.
I don't know.
So maybe
I think
your
they
voice
tweaked
will
it. I
sound
think they're going to tweak it in audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing was, the difference is, I was on the phone talking. So and how many times you always try and pretend to be something. You do. We always do that, and they go, "Is that Ian?"
Right.
Damn, you got me. Right? You know what I mean? It's like, is that Desmond?
That's true. That's true.
So we always. So I could have. That would have been one instance where you could have pretended to put a different accent on.
Right.
But Paul Edwards was. It seems to be we're shooting fast, aren't we? We're zooming through it. You know,
at this point,
and that felt certainly was like, whew, let's go through. You know,
Edwards is fast.
Oh yeah, so
totally.
it was like there wasn't much discussion. It was like getting the car. The shot was set up. Sit in the car. This is the line. Moving on.
He's fast on making the day, and
that's good.
And he knows what he wants camera angle wise. I mean, because he it's good and bad.
You were mentioning that at Daniel's party about how things will go by so quick, and you're like,
did I do
I
should have done this.
Right. Yeah. So when you're driving home, you go, oh man.
Yeah, as opposed to like when Jack Bender's directing, you know you're going to get a lot of takes to play around with it quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
That it's kind of a cushion. But Edwards, you're moving on really fast. Yeah. Edwards, who was also our first camera operator for
but
quite a bit.
But he's got a great energy. He certainly gets things moving, and it was when it's raining and it's wet and it's miserable, he's full of energy.
Yeah,
get on.
And he's definitely someone that you totally trust the show in his hands.
Yeah, he's very passionate about it.
He's one of the people who help
make it what it
do our look and stuff. So he knows how to make it happen.
So in this opening thing, he's phoning about the coffin. Now the coffin is we kind of forgotten about.
Yeah.
Right.
John Terry, Christian Shepherd.
Right. Yeah, we haven't seen him.
So this seems to be like an important thing to get this coffin.
Suddenly,
It's not just
this is an important
thing.
Like, here's something
which we don't know what it is
at the beginning of the season, and then it's like, okay, we've let you guys forget about this for a little while, but guess what's about to show up now that the coffin's coming, kind of thing.
Who's David's mother? Jack's baby mama. We still don't know in this script.
Still waiting. Although they did shoot an episode of Modern Family on Hawaii.
So it might be what's her name?
Cogs?
No. Man, you have no idea what show we're talking about.
You're thinking about Cougar Town.
Modern Family. Oh.
No, but Julie Bowen, who played Jack's wife, is on Modern Family now, and they did come out to Hawaii to do an episode. So it'd be really easy and convenient if you'd be like, hey, do you mind if we borrow her for a day?
Right.
To shoot some stuff. So
I didn't know they
we'll
came
have
out
to
here.
see. They did.
Wow.
I like Locke going, you're going to shoot them, Claire.
Oh, yeah, he's like telling her that there's people over there and you're going to have to go kill them for me. And she's like, no. I mean, she's starting to come out of her demon Claire. Like, she was evil, weird, and now it's like she's emerging back into normal Claire.
Yeah, I wonder if, like, finding out that the kid's around and... Oh, yeah, there's something that's... Yeah, they're starting to...
I mean, she's still kind of weird, like... she goes back and forth, I think, from being... I think it's more just, like, insecurity of... She wants to be with Locke because she feels like he's taken care of her for so long or something. But then she's like, seeing he's killing everybody.
I think she fears him more than anything. Oh. She fears his wrath.
Well, he picked her up and like tossed her like she was nothing, like a twig in that one episode.
Was that really Claire? Was that really Emily?
I think so. Look, I mean,
I
when
wasn't
he
there
threw
when
her
they
into
shot
the
it.
camera,
Was he really just picked her like a rag doll?
Yeah, totally. But he threw her into the camera and it was her face. So.
But yeah, I think she needed him. She needed him for all that time.
At the time,
yeah, and now
to
she's
get
kind
through
of like,
it.
then
he's all she had at the time.
and now she's now looking at Jack and
Right.
thinking, oh.
I also like where Locke's like, if I could break the rules, you think I'd still be here?
Yeah. I want to see a list of the rules.
Those rules, yeah, exactly.
It's like
I mean,
he-
I
this
think
is where I
think he
thinking.
makes those rules up as he goes along.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. I think it came out of that, like the origin story of Jacob, where he's like, he says, you can't do that. You can't play that move. It's against the rule when they're playing that Senate game.
Right.
And he says, well, it's you made up the rules. He says, yeah, well, someday you can make up the rules and everyone will have to follow your
Right.
rules.
Well, Jacob, I think, made up the rules for this game, this whole thing, and I don't know if he's making them up as they go along, but I think that because there's consistent rules, like they constantly are talking about how don't talk to him before you try to kill him.
Right.
Don't
Right.
let him say a word. Like,
Right.
why? That means then that he's gotten.
He'll get
He'll
get
get
in
into
or
you
something, or he won't be able to die.
something.
There's
Because Man in Black says it about Jacob in Ab Aeterno.
But here's one thing.
What the heck?
Here's one thing. Does the man in black have to keep his word?
It says that's one of the rules.
Is that one of the rules? They keep their word.
He says I
If you-
have to
if
keep
you
my promises.
he always
It's
has
one
to
of
keep
the
his
rules.
promises.
That's in the script. I think I wrote that down as a thing saying I have to keep my
They have to
promises.
keep their word. Once they give their word,
Yeah.
that's it.
But hasn't Man in Black lied?
I'm not sure.
I thought that he has.
Lying or just...
maybe you can just be like, oh no, that was Locke lying at the time when I said that.
He's still, like you were saying, like you were hoping that Locke would eventually come back. He does have parts of Locke in him. He says things that seem like Locke, and I think there's still a Locke spirit in him. I mean, I know he's not using Locke's body. He's more, but he knows things that Locke knew before he even became Man in Black.
Yeah,
Well, he talks to Jack about,
I think he knows all that stuff because he can scan them.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. He does
Yeah.
like.
He picks up his...
He gets everything he
Yeah.
needs.
You get everything.
That's awesome. I wish I could do that.
So Jack makes a thread.
Yes.
Pulls a thread from like a shirt.
No, his jeans.
I know, but I think they changed it to shirt.
Oh. It says
When
he
they-
pulls a thread from his jeans and a phoenix palm needle.
A phoenix palm needle that he then
Which I
uses
looked-
to sew up.
I missed that bit. What?
Yeah, it's so it's so random.
This is us on the beach again, and he sews up Kate's gunshot
right,
wound
okay, yeah.
With a piece of his jeans
with a
and
palm
a palm
needle
tree.
and a little string from his clothes.
Oh man, couldn't they have
Jack's good.
thought of something? Yeah, that's pretty intense doctoring to be able to do that.
And that scene with Jack and Kate kind of reminded me of right when we blew up the hatch, right before we blew up the hatch door, where he's like going, "We're gonna have a lock problem. I need to know you have my back."
So
And that's the end of the teaser. No, yes.
Yeah, that's a teaser.
what's the? Jack finds the duffel bag that floated up from the submarine, and
Yeah.
there's a cup in it.
Yeah.
And then he just so happens to take the cup, and then he needs it later.
What's that face
Yeah.
for?
It's like, and then later they're like, "Oh, do you happen to
have a
have a cup?" Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh, I have a
like,
cup.
are you kidding me?
Good thing I picked that bag up.
Yeah.
You know what?
He
What-
takes just the cup too.
Hang
It's
on.
not like he takes the
So
bag
a bag floats up.
from like the
There's
blown
all
up
this
sub.
stuff on the
There's,
beach from the leftover from the
Right.
submarine.
and a duffel
right,
bag, and he
right.
opens it, and it says there's.
Do you only read the parts that are you in?
No, I read all of it. I do read all of it.
This was a while ago.
No, this is a while ago.
Yeah.
And you know what? I never read stage directions.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah,
don't.
I just
me too.
read dialogue.
Me too.
So that's why
So
I go.
you miss a lot,
So I
like,
miss a
of
lot
the
of the
little-
stuff. I was going, oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, until I started doing this, I would skip over stage directions a lot.
Oh,
Unless it was something like this stuff's all bold and
Well, that's the flash when they flash.
yeah,
when they start to
certain
see
things
stuff.
or certain things that are in all caps, like intense anger.
Well, okay, so basically what happens is the sub explodes and everybody dies. And so Jack's going through the debris. He opens this duffel bag. It says there's a shirt, a rosary, a copy of White Noise, which
Which
is
is
another
just
book.
something for the camera to see, right?
Right. Well, and then for people to look up what is this book and
Right.
to
We'll let them do
theorize
that.
on it. But then he says he just takes the cup and wraps it in the shirt and why? Like as if he
Why
knows
take a
he's
cup?
gonna. Yes. Why?
Well, a cup is useful, right?
But
You need to drink water.
I get
And
that.
we don't have
They've been
any-
drinking water like this for 6 years now.
Now
like,
we've got a cup.
now
No,
he
we
needs
used
a
to have
cup.
bottles. We'd walk around with bottles and canteens. Now we don't have those.
what's the cup like? Have you seen the cup?
It's.
I think it's
it
just
was
like a metal type,
like
a camping cup.
Yeah. So it's like, why? No, it's like a chalice. It's like the Holy
Like,
Grail.
oh, yeah,
Oh.
this looks important.
And
But there have
then-
been lots of situations, lots of things in this where the coincidence
Yes.
between things has been so bizarre that you think, oh, this is, it's not a mistake because as you say, it's too corny for it to be a mistake, right? So there must be a reason, which hopefully will be explained. For example, when I see Claire in the elevator, and I'm going up to
the lawyer,
the which just so happens to be in the same floor as.
Right.
We're both going to the same floor, half 15.
Right.
You know, that just
Yeah.
seems so. But but maybe that's a flash savage. But there just seems to be.
Serendipity just has to
Yes,
happen.
it has
kind
to.
of.
So
I
maybe
guess.
he just looked at it and thought,
Listen, a cup.
for some reason, I
maybe
need
if he
this
kept a
cup.
couple other things aside from the cup.
Depends how he plays it.
If it wasn't just the cup, like
Well, it says he took the shirt and the cup, but maybe he.
Well, he
yeah,
needs
I
the
thought
shirt.
it would
Yeah,
have
that's
made
good.
more sense if he just took the whole duffel bag and then he's like, because later he's asked,
Yeah,
"Do you have a
because
cup?"
a bag is more useful than a cup.
Right.
yeah, but
It is.
he has a different backpack. This is the same.
A bag carries guns.
He
arms.
he gets a new backpack in this episode because he walks around in a backpack later on and when we're going through the jungle. So maybe
So I guess maybe he sensed that
maybe
later
he does
he
take
was
the
gonna
whole
be
bag,
drinking.
either that or he moved that into the other bag, which would be weird. That's something we're gonna have to see to find out for sure.
Well, that's the thing is when we read this and then when we see it, it makes so much
Something's
more sense
changed.
watching it.
Yeah,
Something has changed. What are you talking
sometimes
about?
things change between the
Exactly,
script
between the script and
the
what's
thing.
thing.
The next note
Okay,
I have
so now
is
we
about.
gotta see-
But I think it's
with
really
him.
interesting, the whole cup thing. You know, I think that I sort of agree with you
Yeah.
that it's kind of corny. But then if you play it in a way where it's,
If he.
you know, sometimes you just pick up something. And say, I don't know why I'm picking this up. I'm just going to take
keep
it
it,
because
yeah.
I think there's something. I don't know if you could play it in a certain way where
Yeah.
it's.
And he probably will.
I mean, how often do we pick up bits of junk that we don't need and you go, I don't know why I kept that.
He does that all the time.
So there you go.
That's true. The next note I have is the you going and beating up.
Yeah.
Ben.
Well, first of all, yeah, I had written nothing like Ben getting beat in the face again to remember his past
Right.
/ present or whatever they call that.
What season was
remember the
that?
island.
4 or 5? Where
5.
you're on the
Five.
pier?
That was 5.
Yeah, when he comes into the water, like blood, like down his face.
Jeez.
It says here, Ben is cut off as the door to the Camaro flies open. You driving a Camaro in this scene?
You drove a Camaro?
No. Wow. I didn't read that.
Really?
Ben is cut off
The
as the
car you're driving this scene, is it the same car you drive when
No,
you were
that's-
spying on me and Libby at the
No, that car was
the-
driven into the water.
Oh really?
Oh.
Yeah, that was like a Mercedes that they tried to disguise and not be a Mercedes.
Wait a
like you're
minute.
driving in the water.
Wait, you drove the car into the water before the Libby episode, didn't you? Or is that after? With Charlie?
Yeah.
Which
That was the
episode
same. That was the same
that?
episode.
That was your episode?
Oh no. That was
No,
your
it
episode.
It was
That was
episode
before. But that was the same. Anyway, it was a different. It was a Malibu I was driving. Anyway, it was a Malibu I drove because I remember thinking, wow, this car's
Yeah,
no.
why does it say Camaro? Because isn't the Camaro
So
your
this is a Malibu?
dad?
Yeah,
That's a
I drive a
mistake.
Camaro, and the Camaro shows up later.
Yeah,
That's weird. They messed up then.
that's just a mistake.
That's a oops.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I was like going, man, they really like Camaros here. Either that, or did you somehow was
You
I already
stole-
loaning you my Camaro during
Yeah.
this time?
And the
Yeah.
Camaro is so flashy, garish that
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be
you
spying on
you wouldn't be.
people.
With, yeah, exactly. Everyone would be. The
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
school would be going, check that.
Okay, so tell us the story about.
Oh, so yeah, the thing about
Oh, this is
Michael,
the-
Michael
oh, yeah.
Emerson. Yeah. So we shot that scene. You know, I first of all I had sort of an issue with beating up Michael Emerson as Desmond in this sideways thing,
Right.
because Mike Tristler, our stunt coordinator, he loves to and give him, then you twist his arm and you push him down and you go. And I was thinking, well, why is Desmond being so vicious? He doesn't have to be so mean about this. He just basically what he wants is.
Get him out of the way.
Get him out of the way.
Yeah.
Shut up, go away, leave me alone. But as you will see, it's not like that at all. It's a little bit gratuitous, and I'm twisting his arm and I'm sort of, I beat him way more than.
Well, is it because you remember that he shot you? Didn't he shoot you?
Yeah, but he didn't shoot me in this world.
Yeah, but I think
But
you
do
remember.
you have to beat him up? Maybe you have to wake him. It's just like wake him up.
I do. But I think you could wake him like bang. Are you awake yet? Bang. Are you awake? Are you awake now? Like, instead of just going, bang.
I'm awake. Please stop hitting me. What are you?
Do you know what I mean?
What are you doing, you crazy man?
You know, you can just hit him like,
What's my name? What's my name?
you know, just hit him a couple of times rather than just hit him like the amount of time I hit him. I hit him and I throw him to the ground, and you know.
Well.
Because he didn't even throw a punch at you. He's just like, police. He just
Yes, he's being a good citizen, right? He's like,
Ben's had a history on the island of getting beat up so badly that it has to be apparently a pretty heavy beating for anything to trigger the memory.
Yeah, that's true. So what happened?
Yeah, so what happened was we shot it when he was clean, no blood, and then we, you know, as you get doing, you know, that's what happens. You're doing these again and again and again. You think, oh, I've got this. And then we bloodied him up, and just a lack of concentration on my part. I think maybe I took us half a step too close, and I managed to catch him, clock him right at the bottom of his, let's see, would have been his right eye.
Yeah, his right eye.
And as soon as I hit him, there was a noise, and he went down, and he just went down, and I didn't know if he was acting or not.
So he was supposed to be standing
and
further.
No, it was my fault. It was my fault.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you had held your punch the way you were supposed to hold your punch, he was going to still be standing.
No, he would have been down, but he went down.
And he cried.
In a real way.
No, he went down, but then he didn't say his line.
Oh.
And my hands immediately went to my face. Went. So we had to cut, but everyone. You know, I wish I had gone on with the scene. I'm sure he would have recovered and the scene would have been great because it was a good.
Right.
I did clock him, not hard, but I clocked him enough for there to be a noise and for his reaction to be pretty good.
Oh my god!
And then so he was covered.
I wonder if they can still use that punch.
Yeah, well, obviously Edward said, "Oh, that's great. We don't need to do that again. We got it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, there you go.
Man.
But then we stopped and we called the doctor.
Yeah, just because, like, as an actor, if you go as far as to get punched in the face. You want that to be the take.
Totally.
Right,
yeah.
exactly, because his reaction is going to be so...
Like, please tell me you got that.
Authentic, right.
Because you've already paid for it.
Right, you've got the surprised look. You're like, oh, he did hit me.
Yeah, I got a text from him that day that was like...
He said that Cusick. Damn him.
You're so unprofessional.
Damn him to hell.
How many times?
So he says, I got a black eye at work today. And I was like, what? And I wasn't even... Beth knew immediately. She's like... Oh, was it that scene with Desmond hitting him? And I was like, oh, did Ian punch you? And he's like, clock me good.
And then he sent us the picture.
And we text him back, we go, picture?
Well, it didn't come out immediately, although the doc came and he was covered in blood. The dog looked at him and went,
This was like 2 days later, I think.
Oh, he thought...
But the dog thought, like, what happened to you?
He thought all the blood was
yeah,
there?
he thought he was trying to find the wound. He was going, oh my God. And I go, no, this is makeup. This is makeup. It's somewhere around here. And it didn't come up immediately, but I saw it too, because I thought it was just a little
You got a pretty
red
good
mark.
No, it was really black.
Yeah, when I saw somebody took a photo and showed it to me at makeup 2 days later, I was like, no way. That looks like just bad makeup.
Yeah, so before you criticize the makeup on the show, you gotta, sometimes, you know, real black eyes
Just don't look
look
real.
like bad makeup.
Right. Well, then they had to cover it, right? With like skin color makeup for the rest of his work.
I think he kind of liked it.
I think he did a little
He
bit
said
too.
he did. He was like,
I think he kind of
With
like
the ladies.
walked around with
don't
it a
fuck
little
with me,
bit.
right?
Kind of gave him a little swagger. He'll give you a call. Hey, you mind punching me again?
But he was great. We carried on. You know, I apologize profusely.
Oh, I bet.
He was don't even go there. He was fine. So.
And then he went home and cursed you under his breath.
yeah. Okay, so then we find out that Albert buried Alex.
Yes.
Because Miles senses her presence.
Yeah.
So I guess that blows your theory of... You had a theory at one point about Man in Black could only become
things
people...
had to be buried before...
Right.
For him to
but
use
she's
them.
been buried for a while now, so...
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But
what
I
was your
guess-
theory? The Man in Black could only take on the body...
If they weren't buried
If
yet.
they weren't buried, because there was this whole thing I remember about burying the bodies when
burying
everyone went
Locke.
back to 1977.
Right.
And there was that fight out with the Hostiles and the others, you know, the Dharma people, and that, like, Sawyer, he jumped in on or whatever, and they're like,
Right.
we gotta bury their bodies.
Right.
the truce was broken.
And they always talk about like things on this island don't stay buried for long and all that kind of stuff. But Jorge had a theory that when they buried John Locke, and then Ilana said that demon Locke is stuck in Locke's body, he thought it was because they had just buried Locke, but it was actually because now we know it was because Jacob died, right? Isn't that what we?
I mean, we're thinking.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if we have confirmation on that, but maybe.
Well, I don't think we have confirmation on much of anything.
Right.
It's like you have a question and it's like sort of answered, but not really. What do you got over there? What you got? Got a secret room?
Do you think the Ben and Widmore reunion is going to be as great as the Sin and Jun reunion?
The Sin and Jun?
Son and Jin reunion?
Who are they?
Or the Desmond and Penny reunion?
No way. The Desmond and Penny reunion.
Think it's gonna have the
greatest
music behind it?
Oh my god, you know that's like the greatest, everyone loves, that's the greatest reunion. Just the phone thing that you did with
yeah, the
Penny.
phone thing maybe even more than when you actually see each other.
Oh my gosh, I love
Well,
it.
yeah, after the phone thing was, it worked out so well to have the physical reunion. We could never have,
capture that moment.
That phone thing was great.
Yeah, it could never.
People
match
always
that.
talk about that.
The Ben Widmore reunion.
I think that it'll be good. I think they'll feel a lot of tension between the two of them, and obviously, because
I think they should run to each
I think
other.
it's going to be a lot of fun.
they run to each other.
Ben. So it's confirmed that Jacob's the one that Widmore's the one that Jacob referred to in the Lighthouse episode as who was coming.
Well, yeah, he says that Jacob came and told me to come back to the
Yeah,
island or
he's
whatever.
actually
He
in
invited me
cahoots
to the
with
island.
Jacob
But how does Jacob get off the island?
through the mirror.
Well, that's what you think. But what's the real answer?
I don't know.
How does he leave?
Yeah,
How does he leave?
we just
Is
don't
he
know
like-
that, and we,
Then he just...
Maybe he just keeps turning the wheel and going to Tanzania and then finding a way to.
Oh, really? You think that's how he does it?
No, I told
He's
you. I think he does it
magical,
through the
isn't he?
mirror. If he's magical, he can do it through the
He
mirror.
just jumps through the mirror and he ends up in...
Yeah, he just.
but is
kinda-
that you see for me? That's not even. I don't really need.
You don't care?
I don't need an answer for that.
Yeah, I, don't
I know
really
Jacob
care.
can turn.
We know he does.
He can be.
and-
Yeah.
and that's fine.
I
with me.
don't need an answer for that one. That's good. That's.
Fine, you guys.
Yeah, no,
Whatever.
but I think now, but I think the show is now getting to the point where those sort of
Those little questions
Questions?
aren't going to be answered, I'm sure.
they're not going to
and-
be answered. And
Yeah.
you know what? I kind of not expecting answers,
It
and
doesn't
it doesn't
matter.
matter anymore. It's
True.
about let's just get on
Yeah,
with.
some things you just gotta like
The-
just
the point of-
magic. That's how he does
Yeah,
it.
he
he
just
does it through
does.
magic.
The same we don't know a lot of things.
Right.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, but you know what? So many fans are going to be disappointed that... I mean, people want to know about even smaller, more,
Like what?
like, dumber things. Like the hurly bird, the bird that Jorge...
Waiting for that bird to show up
Do you
again.
remember that?
Yes.
When the bird flies by and
Yeah,
starts
but-
dancing? People think that is like an important piece of
Oh, is it really?
the mystery.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like, it has
I wonder if- well, it
nothing...
may
The
well
Hurley
show up.
bird is the man in black.
no
Now, can the
way.
Man in Black take on
He turned the shape of a bird
Well, did he turn into?
after he scanned the bird
Oh,
and
a
got its
horse?
memories.
Was he the bull? Was he the horse?
Right. That's what we were thinking too, is that, right? Because
Was he
the
the-
horse
right.
was black.
Was he the boar in the ship with
Ooh, that was
Richard
such a
Alpert?
big
Oh no,
fat
I
boar.
can't imagine that being. Well, he doesn't have to be a boar for that. I mean,
No,
He
but
was eating the
yeah, but
person,
what he
though.
did was he made the pin go away.
Oh, true. Because the boar ran by and then he
Knocked
dropped
the
and then
pin
he
out of his
wasn't able
hand,
to...
which made him go into more desperate
right.
place.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I don't think
Jorge's
so.
not into it.
I mean,
Well,
the
you could-
boars came around to eat the bodies in the fuselage.
Sure.
So, I mean,
Well, I think
clearly the boars on that island have a taste for human flesh.
But if Richard Alpert had managed to free himself with that pin and he was close to it,
Then he would... Well,
okay, he would have been out of the thing and therefore he wouldn't have to make that deal.
oh.
Right.
Oh, right. Because Man in Black pulls out the keys.
Yeah. So he wouldn't have to
Yeah.
make the deal. So
Because he would have
So-
just died there. So you're right, I bet.
Well,
That maybe that...
you think if the man in black showed up and said, "I got these keys," you think Richard would be like, "Screw you! I got my pin.
no.
I don't need
No,
you."
but he would have used the pin to free himself, and he would have been
Right.
free.
Because he was trying to, like, free himself. He was, like, etching away at the...
Yeah,
where
he was
the-
trying to pull where the chain was actually
Yeah.
attached to.
And he may well have done it. It might have
The
taken
wood.
him another.
He would still been
Month.
walking around with
Month
chains
or
hanging out of him because he couldn't
He
quite
would've had
open
to
the
eat-
thing.
But he
The
would have
other
managed.
guys.
He would have been able to pick a mango.
He would have caught things with these big chain whips on the ends of his hand.
Wait, I have a note here that says Ben's reflection in the mirror, because there's a lot of mirrors and reflections this season.
Yeah.
Trying to get Locke to let it go. So let what go though? Just his not wanting to be fixed by Jack? Is that
Well,
like
from his point of view.
Yeah, that's what Locke is thinking it means.
But Desmond is thinking something else.
But we're thinking but Desmond's
let
really
go
trying to
the
get
demon?
Let go to see the vision, to see the other side.
Yeah, maybe it's like if you're holding so tightly onto this sideways, you're not going to see.
Yeah, that's good.
The island life that
I see.
you
so let go. So
also have.
To be enlightened. I know when I was having difficulty with what the hell's going on, Damon and Carlton said, "Just think Zen." Just play Zen.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, what?
Desmond turns himself into
The
the cops.
Oh.
Desmond turns himself into a butterfly? Did I miss that part?
They cut that bit.
But no, you turn yourself into the cops. You're just like, yep, I'm the one.
Right.
Because you want to get into jail with Saeed and Kate.
And there's only one cop, and it has to be...
And of course,
Detective.
who is it?
Detective James Ford.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
What a coincidence.
But that's what I mean, in this world.
Right. Well, that's the thing, is now everybody's coming together and you have to accept it. You have to accept the coincidence or the fate or whatever we want to consider.
I find kind of
And they're transporting all three of them in the same van.
Yeah.
Well, that was all set up.
That's all set
Come
up.
on, man. The transfer was set up?
Right.
Yeah.
As far as, like, you
were in on it.
paid money to Ana Lucia, like,
Well, that part was set up, yeah.
Yeah.
But do we plan it ahead of time? Was it like...
Yeah.
Because there's no way I got to a phone. Once
Yeah,
I turned myself in, it would have to have been, I turned myself, I must have phoned you.
I'm going to turn myself in.
You brought your
We're gonna
too.
be transferred.
How do you arrange the transfer? Do we arrange the transfer? Or it was just we knew that they were all going to be transferred at the same time?
I arranged the transfer.
At a time?
Yeah.
Because,
I
Ana
phoned you
Lucia
to
had power
meet me.
over that, right?
We had got into the cops. We had got to Ana Lucia. Ana Lucia had arranged that she's going to pick up these three people at a certain time. And
so the
drop
transfer
them
was
off.
probably going to happen anyways. Maybe we didn't get the transfer early either. Really, we just got to Ana Lucia at the right time.
We got to Ana Lucia.
Ana Lucia.
I think the transfer was going to happen. Just we got the driver.
Well,
it would have to have been for it to work, because I could have turned myself in and then ended up going to a different county jail or with some other people. I mean, that's what I mean about the coincidence of it.
And did they transfer men and women in the same van like that?
I don't think so. But it's lost. Just gotta accept it.
Right.
Men and women together.
And there's a certain...
But yeah, I mean, it's all been planned, obviously, because you say, hey, I left you my car over there. Right? Don't you, bring your Camaro? What is that for, anyway? I forget now. You drive the Camaro,
We split up, yeah.
So then you do have the Camaro.
Yeah.
Later, though.
Later.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, it's a different Camaro.
There's a lot going on in this script.
It is.
Then
so,
you had your scene with the
So we walk
little boy.
through, the kid steals the ashes. Oh, by the way, those ashes, that scene was written later.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Which
I had to
scene?
go back and shoot a pickup of me picking up the bag of ashes from Alana's
Yeah, because that didn't happen, right?
tent. They added that later.
Because I don't even remember.
So when is that going to be in? And what episode is that?
6:14, I would think, right?
Are you going to pick up some ashes?
Me picking up the ashes is 6:12.
Right.
Your episode?
I think it's my episode.
Oh.
Yeah, it is my episode.
And you do that. There's no reason.
I don't know why I do
It's
it,
here.
but
The reason comes later.
I was like,
It's like the cup.
I check out her stuff.
Oh, Jacob told you to do it.
There's another book. I look at this book, and I put the book back, and I forget what the book is, but I think the book's in Russian. And then I look, and I open the bag, and I was, huh. And that's when I think Richard's packing his bag because he says we got to go get the dynamite. We got to go, do whatever.
Yeah.
Go get more dynamite, and I get up and I stuff it in my pocket, and supposedly I've been walking around with it in my pocket all this time. So, like, when the kid asks me if, give me the ashes, they're in your pocket, I go, I try to do a moment where I'm like going, oh yeah, I do have those things in my pocket.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I don't understand why it's Jacob as a kid though. Why it's not just Jacob as an adult that you already have seen. Like, why does it have to be him as a kid? What's the point of that? And then because the little kid takes the ashes, and then runs, and you follow him, and then you stumble upon grown-up Jacob burning the ashes, and he says, "When the fire goes out."
I don't know why it has to be the kid or not. I don't know why it has to be.
Because there's a lot more spooky scene kid.
Yeah, that kid is spooky.
Yeah. I mean,
He's creepy, man.
Part of it may be him not wanting me to know it was him at the time. I'll ask more questions to Jacob
But
than I
you
would
would-
this little kid, but
Well,
I don't really know. That's just a choice.
Well, what's interesting is that little kid, we can all see the little kid, but we all can't see Jacob. And the other scenes, when the little kid
Everyone
turns up,
sees the little
we
kid.
all see the little kid.
do?
We all look at him and go, who's that?
Yeah.
And Locke says, oh,
He can only appear to everyone as a boy unless he's got the ashes burning in the fire for some reason.
Oh, that's weird.
Another one of the rules, maybe? Or maybe because a kid is littler, it takes less of his energy to appear to everybody.
I wonder
He's
if
like, listen, I can only do like a half of me, or I can just do me as a kid.
Just one leg or a kid.
That looks more creepy if it's just like my bottom half. Plus, I can't talk that way.
I wonder
floating head.
if Greg Nations or
Yeah.
someone has
No, not even floating, just on the ground.
a floating what? A head?
Just a head.
Just the head rolling
Hey.
around.
Hey, give me those ashes.
Put him in
And
my hand.
then yeah.
It just rolls.
Yeah.
Hey.
He grabs them with his teeth and rolls over to the fire.
No, but I wonder if Greg Nations or someone has a list of the rules.
What all the rules are?
Yeah.
That's a good
I would
question.
love to see it.
Well, it's
Rule
gone
number
now. I know
one
they've erased
is-
it by now because they said they erased the whiteboard in the writer's room.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
but I thought Greg Nations has like
The Bible.
a Bible
does
of
he? He does.
continuity.
He's got
and
something, yeah.
each character's
Is that
history
right?
and everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Greg Nation's like, he keeps track, like, who has what guns,
Every-
all these different things.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So,
It
when the
looks-
ashes go out, he's gone.
Yeah, it looks like. Richard Alpert.
He said when the ashes go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
Do the ashes
line?
burn?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's kind of,
it like some sort
it's
of
a little
like a-
hokey in that, I think, the
Are they
idea of,
crackly?
like,
It gives it a little nice little bluey red.
That's what I was
Yeah.
And it goes,
thinking.
oh! It's like those things you buy and you throw them on the fire and you go, and it goes, oh! Look at that.
and then it's gone.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
Man, that was fun for that minute. Who knew?
We used to get it all the time.
Who
Like when
knew?
we'd
We
go
could all
camping.
save those ashes.
Yeah, I didn't.
But when you filmed it, did they kind of go bluey, reddy?
No, they didn't.
didn't.
It's just a fire,
I don't know if they'll
right?
add that later or not, but
They
not
probably-
we didn't shoot anything
Oh.
bluey or anything like that.
But when the ashes go out,
When the what's the line? When the ashes go out, one of you will have to become me. or
Yeah.
whatever, right. One of you, the candidates, will have to do it. Okay, it looks
and
like
how was that filmed? Was there a huge pause, or did you?
they went.
Oh, when Jack
Or did Jack just go,
volunteered.
me, I'll do it.
No,
That's not
no.
the first me.
There's a pause. I actually did a thing. I wanted to do a thing like no one was answering, so I kind of take a breath
And go.
like, and then he gets up. Yeah, I did that. I was like, although
Of course he volunteers. Of course Jack volunteers.
I have
Seems the obvious choice.
Yeah. It looks like. I mean, there wasn't anything in the script. Well, I guess it says that's that, doesn't it? About Alpert.
oh Alfred.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eyes.
Alfred I was like, it's such a weird way of
It was
saying
like-
it. We're like,
it's
does
not
that mean
like-
you're dead or
Yeah, I
what?
texted him.
Right.
Does that mean you? Yeah.
Because a lot of the time in the script it'll be like, and he's effing dead. And
Yeah.
then it's like
And it's like-
concrete. This was like he gets hit, he gets thrown or
You get
whatever.
slammed into like a
That's that.
Maybe they were undecided.
Oh, maybe.
They were
Oh,
thinking.
good. I hope so because I love him.
Richard is effing launched 30 feet into the jungle, out of sight, and that's that.
Yeah. Well, out of sight.
Oh, so you don't even
we don't
see him.
We don't know
Yeah.
if he's dead or maybe he's
30
gonna come
feet,
back
that's
as
gotta
demon.
hurt.
You gotta wait. Is that something to wait?
Maybe
and
he'll
see,
come
like,
back as a
what,
demon, Albert.
I guess he has to wait for the phone call and see if like, they're like, all right, you're working next week. It's I am. Another thing that's kind of like grabbing the cup that we may not know yet why it's for is like Ben
The walkie-talkies.
Asking for the walkie-talkies.
Oh yeah, that was random
says,
too.
Why you want these? It's because I asked. You know,
because
just
we
give
need
them
it for the next episode.
Please, somebody. Yeah, right.
I need to be in touch with Miles.
These might come in handy later.
Yeah, he keeps one and gives
you got
one to
lots of
Miles.
walkie-talkies with all your group.
Yeah, he keeps one and gives one to Miles, right?
Yeah.
And then they split
Miles
or
has
something?
one and Ben has one.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, Miles, that thing you do where you find out what dead people say, can you do it through walkie-talkie? I'm just going to hold it
Who
over.
sends it?
So, I've forgotten now. I'm getting confused. Widmore and Locke, that happens in this episode?
Where he kills him. Where Widmore dies.
Is this episode?
Where like
That's such a cool scene.
Widmore tells
I love
Locke
that scene.
about you. He whispers it to him.
Oh,
or
okay,
whatever.
yeah. Well, first
Oh,
off,
have we jumped?
it's a little ahead of
Yeah, but-
where we are, but we can totally go there. Just between those two scenes is there was a scene with Ben and Locke where they team up again, like the Black Smoke and
Yeah, Ben goes back.
the super
evil.
evil power now that Ben has now gone back to Locke
Right.
In return for the island.
that he gets
Right.
the whole island, right?
He's so. Ugh.
And we get
He just goes back to being the Ben that's.
and
ugh.
well from there you also get the Ben flash sideways with
yeah.
him and Rousseau.
Oh yeah!
And
Oh my
it's like
gosh!
love is blooming.
Yeah, that was so awkward, kind of.
But isn't he crying?
Yeah, and he's like
He's
the onions.
Oh, it's the
It's the
onions.
onions.
Yeah.
Because he flashes and
because
he
he flashes,
sees.
sees what the truly the despicable
Right.
villain that he really is.
Exactly.
Oh, is that what makes him cry?
I think so.
The
yeah.
memory?
Yeah.
And the onions.
Oh. No, I knew it wasn't the onions. I just thought he was touched. The
I don't know.
the whole thing about Kate's name crossed off, and he's and that the crossed off doesn't really mean anything.
I don't remember that. Who,
Kate
Jacob?
asked Jacob,
Oh yeah, when they finally.
"Why'd you cross my name off?" And he
Right.
says, "I did it because
that's
you're a
right.
mother."
You're a
But
mother.
it's just
Because
it's
you
just-
became a
it's
mother
just-
with Aaron.
It's just chalk on a wall.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't mean anything.
So anybody.
And I just
who's
thought all that
crossed
stuff
off-
would just piss off the audience
It
so
will.
bad. Like, how dare you? We've been talking about these crossed off people. They
And-
can't do whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, listen, it's just chalk, people.
Yep.
Just chill out. It's just
Yep.
chalk.
Yeah, that's not. People are not going to be happy about that.
No. But it's kind of it's true. They are just.
It is just
you know,
chalk. I
it's
get
just-
that,
it-
but
you know.
but he.
Yeah,
It's
there's-
almost like Jacob has crossed them off, saying like, "I don't really want that person to be the candidate," and now he's kind of like, "But they still could be, I guess."
Right. Says, listen, if my other candidates die, she's not crossed off because she's dead.
I guess that though shows that you're not necessarily. It's not only that you're crossed off because you did something bad or because you died. It's also because you could have done something good, like Kate
Becoming
became.
alone.
Yeah.
Sure. The wink in the Ben Rousseau scene where it says, even if we have to kidnap you.
Yeah.
Where's Ben's father in this moment? He's just,
Ben's father?
yeah.
He's breathing oxygen.
Somewhere at
tank
the house, he's
with a-
starving because Ben hasn't come home yet.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he probably is hungry.
I had this idea because you know how we've been revealed that remembering the island comes out of moments of near-death experiences now, or moments of love. I wondered if Ben's dad remembering the island when he's getting the new oxygen in the earlier Ben episode is because he was
Oh, you mean he mentions the island?
close to death at that point.
Oh, right.
And he's remembering. Oh.
Yeah, where he says
No,
we never
but-
should have left that island. If that came out of
But you think that he's
No, but-
remembering that from a flash
Oh, hang on a
sideways?
second.
what if he's
But Ben
connecting to a
agrees,
sideways?
like,
That would be a very
yes.
nice way to play it, but I just thought it was just.
well,
They
Ben-
actually were
They
on
were
the
on the
island.
island.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
well, maybe
No, that
Ben's
doesn't make
just
any
like going,
sense.
oh no,
It
the
doesn't make any
dementia.
sense.
If you
Doesn't
look at the
think-
scene, if you watch
Yeah.
how it's shot, he's kind of like
The island, like that's
almost
crazy.
like, oh, here he goes again.
Oh, really? Does
really?
Ben poo-poo in and say?
No, he's not poo-pooing it. He's being, but he's not kind of not playing either way of it. He's not really
Oh, I
agreeing,
don't remember that.
and he's not really denying. He's just kind of like, he's just playing. He's not really.
I mean, he specifically mentions
He's not
the
really
Dharma
giving
initiative.
He does. Oh
he's not giving you that much reaction either way that makes it a reaction that could be either way.
Right.
You know.
Right, but when did I mean, I honestly think that Ben and his dad were on the island, but it sunk after.
Yeah, that's what I from the scene, and I didn't
But
question
now
it.
This is your theory. This is
my theory is that
he's remembering because he's near death.
He's approaching.
That would be that's a really nice way of doing it.
Getting closer to
that would be cool
because he's getting closer to death. He's like, "Oh, we never should have left that island," just because he's going in and out. What
does Ben say to that?
I
don't think he says anything.
His line is.
I don't think he says anything. He just kind of.
That would have been cool if you just said, "What? Well, just go to sleep now.
Right.
Take your meds.
Go to sleep, old man." We'll watch. Let's watch. We'll watch that after this. We'll just kind of go to that scene and we'll find out what the thing is. But I think I remember he just kind of like. He doesn't really say anything. He's just like it just. He's without saying anything. He's just kind of like going, "Eat your dinner."
Because he's kind of thinking about the tension and the school and everything. So.
Okay.
Widmore tells Zoe, don't talk to him about Locke when they come and find him in the secret room. There's another point when he says, don't talk to... So Widmore knows the rules as well.
What does Widmore say then?
Yeah, Widmore says, don't talk to him. Or it's over the walkie-talkie. He says, don't let him talk to you or something like that. So Widmore also knows that you're not supposed to talk to this demon thing before.
Yeah, and so he kills her.
Yeah, he kills her. He does he slash her throat or does he?
Yeah.
Ah, it's awesome.
It's a funny scene. It's such a.
It's so funny
because there's the two baddies with Widmore and Zoe, and they just slit and shoot.
Yep. But Ben shoots.
Yeah.
Widmore.
But it's so before you can tell, and I just think it's going to be such a funny scene.
This thing says "scrunk" in the script,
what?
and I didn't understand what they meant by "scrunk."
Isn't that a dance?
If it was a typo or not. Interior Ben's house, secret room, moments later. Scrunk. Light from the living room pours into the darkness of the hidden room. So scrunk is the noise of the door opening? I think it's a made-up sound effect word. But I remember writing
it's like
scrunk.
Like that? Like a creak?
I like it says Ben, unapologetic. Sorry, Charles. The scene with Jacob was kind of one of the things when I had to say, like, I'm like, what, you talk to him? He says, yeah, I talk to him all the time. I was like, about what? Does he ever mention me? It's like, it's such a weird kind of...
Wait, who says that?
Me asking Jacob, like, you talk to the Black Smoke guy?
Does who mention me?
I don't say, does he mention me? That's the part I added later. We'll know when we see it.
The scene. This is the scene with when.
Scene Jacob. This is when Jack's about to volunteer.
Right, okay.
This is the scene where it says, "Do you have a cup?"
Right. No, it's not.
Oh.
The cup.
No, it is.
But it's the whole part is the whole
Cup's
the whole thing.
The moment later.
Yeah.
But yes.
But it's the whole.
Right.
The big moment.
And he's like, He's like, I made him that way. He's never let me forget it. And I'm like, wait, you talked to him?
Oh,
and he's like,
right.
he's my brother, and I talk to him all the time. And I'm like, about what? so I like the thing where Jacob says that I never had a choice, which we kind of saw
does he say
in
that
his
about?
origin.
He never had a choice about he has to protect the island.
When he says that Kate can do it anyways, and he's like saying, you all have a choice.
Right.
I never had a choice. You all get a choice, which is kind of shows why he was all about everyone having a choice in all the different. Same thing, Dogen and his whole thing that it was all about it being your choice.
Yeah, for a while there was the whole thing, the undercurrent of people having choices.
Right.
I thought it would have been funny if when Jack stands up and volunteers, and then says, okay, and they switch clothes.
Well, he said, okay, so he says, I'm going to give my theory right now. Jack drinks the water or whatever, and then Jacob says, you're like me, which in 615, the mom or whatever said, you're like me to Jacob, and obviously we're seeing it being passed on. But my thing now, because in this episode...
Like me meaning what, immortal?
Yeah,
no, just like me. Well, I think it's
I think it's immortal because when Jacob drank
not
the water,
immortal.
Well, he doesn't age.
No, not immortal. No, because he does die. But he has that ability to.
Yeah,
something.
Well,
something
right. Jacob does die, but he also doesn't age. Like the whole Richard Alpert thing, where
you can
drop
die, people to the island. You can whatever Jacob can do.
Heal people, like when he touched Locke after he fell out of the building, and you can heal people and stuff.
Sure.
Okay, so
but Jacob could only die a certain way, the same way Man in Black.
Oh, right.
Jacob could have only died a certain hang on. How did Jacob
the
die?
loophole.
Wait a minute.
Ben
stabbed him to death.
Was it with a special knife?
Yeah, was it with that special dagger?
No, it wasn't. It was with just Locke's dagger.
But I mean,
yeah, I don't think it was a fancy knife when Ben.
No, I don't think it
didn't
was.
seem to be. But the one that Saeed was given was a kind of fancy knife.
Because the first time we saw the fancy knife was when Dogan gave it to him,
Right.
and then you saw it again back then. Maybe somewhere between season 5 and season 6, they were like going, "We should get a fancier knife."
Okay.
Oh man.
So here's my theory, though, is that Jack is now like Jacob and can heal people like Jacob could heal Locke when he touched him after he fell out of the building.
Okay.
So now Jack, I think in the Flash Sideways, is still like Jacob somehow, and he's going to be able to heal Locke in the hospital. Because
you think
magical.
Jack's Jacobness
is in the Flash Sideways.
Sideways?
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so. I think Flash Sideways is different.
Well, I'm saying this is my theory that he's going to be because
Jack's
you know
just a very good surgeon. He said I can fix you.
Yeah, he's just that
He
good.
looked at him and said, whatever's wrong with you. But Locke always refused.
You don't think
it.
that has anything to do with like his magicalness?
You think that's why he's a good surgeon, because he's a Jacob?
Maybe.
What were you gonna?
So you're the well that you're in. Is that the same
Jacob's
well
well.
that Man in Black dug or whatever in 615? Is that the same well?
Yes.
It is.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
So
Does it strike you surprising that when I fall down the well, I'm not
you
dead?
don't die?
Yeah.
Well, that's like when Juliet fell down that well at the end of, and she didn't die, and then she was able to hit the bomb.
Right.
I mean,
Was the
people-
well that big thing that they were building in the parking lot?
Yeah. But I'm not even injured.
So you go in.
Well,
I mean,
you're
I'm
special,
bloody. I'm
though.
bloody.
You're
I'm bloody. But
special.
I'm not even local. I come out and I limp.
but you were also
Like
like in
that
an
stone.
electromagnetic box, and you didn't get.
Yeah,
Nothing
that
really
was
happened
different
to
though.
you. Well, that's because you're the.
That's electromagnetic.
So
I can deal with that.
they, did they shoot from on top of that down to you?
Yeah.
That whole tower thing they did.
Yeah.
And then
They got a
was there a
crane.
door down there
And
that
they got a-
you could actually
yeah.
walk in just straight at the bottom?
No, they actually had a crane and hoisted me in.
No, they didn't.
There was a door.
I was like, man, they're not thinking about anything. Next time we should put a door down there. One of the things is like, also, if Jack is now the new Jacob, he's gonna have to make a whole new list of 360 people to be his replacement.
Yeah, he's gonna have
maybe
to.
he'll be
Just
more,
kinda like-
maybe he'll be more conservative.
That's almost like the first job you have once you're the new Jacob is
Oh, it has to be 360.
come up with. Well,
Because
I
of
just
the circle?
I just use
Oh,
it. I just
maybe.
use it because there was that in the circle.
But you could divide the 360 even some more to make it what's 360 times 2.
Yeah, but then you need a better lighthouse because you know
Well-
it's gonna hard to get that precise on it.
True.
You'll end up crossing and visiting someone else's house.
Oops, sorry. Oh, you're not him. Sorry.
Oh damn
My bad.
it! Damn it! It wiggled. The wind blew it. It ends. It says 119 hours to go.
119.
Oh no, 119 hours down.
2 hours
to
to
effing
go.
go.
2 to effing go. Yeah, they love the F word in the script.
Sometimes they say frack.
Okay, so there's
I've
two
never
more
seen the
things
frack.
though.
They don't say frack.
I wish. The everyone's going to, or it says, Hurley, Kate with Desmond. We're going to a concert,
Oh, that's the end. That's right.
Yeah.
We're going to a concert, and that's the setup for the next.
and Miles talks about his dad's
Concert.
concert, and we heard,
And then
heard
Jack's
about Charlie and
Jack's
Charlie.
going to his son's concert.
Right.
So this all must be. we're
So
all going to the
everyone's
concert
going to be.
at some concert.
going to-
Now the episode is called "What They
I
Died
think it's Journey.
For."
They're going
What
to
they
see
died
Journey.
for.
And does that episode answer what they died for?
What did they do? Oh, Jacob
Um,
says. Jacob has that
says
line.
what they
He
died
says-
for.
Yeah, that's from. Yeah, I think that's
All these people died for.
where Kate's like, I want to make sure.
Why?
Oh, that was great too. When she's like, oh, so you're the reason. You're the and I have a line that I'm like, Kate,
Just
easy now.
back off.
Don't
Do you know who you're talking
don't
to?
get Jacob mad.
And then Locke at the very last line is he's going to destroy the island.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
but he
was
just
kind of
promised it to Ben. How could he do
I know.
that? You know.
And that's the thing is he's supposed to keep his promises as a rule,
Exactly.
and he doesn't.
But
If he says he's going to destroy it, come
he's
on.
just promising he can have the island. I mean,
underwater or
broken or not or whatever.
not. That's
You're
kinda-
going to need to hold your breath. for a real long time. You can totally have it.
And it was great because like
scuba game.
Avaternal, him breaking the bottle at the end of Avaternal, and just kind of like, I'm just gonna break the island then, and then I'll get out.
What you thought that he thought?
Like if he's like the idea is like, I'll show you how to get around this cork.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yes, because at the end of this, he also Desmond is the key to destroying the island.
Right.
Right.
You're the failsafe. Yeah.
We assume.
No,
Well,
that's what it says.
That's what Locke says.
He says.
Oh, Locke says,
Right.
I'm going to destroy the island. Yeah.
Maybe you're like that guy in Heroes who just like
Oh.
becomes this big ball of energy that
He
just
just
kind of
gets really
destroys
angry
everything.
and he can't control it.
Wait, like the Hulk?
No, he doesn't have
Well-
that power where everything. It's like he turns into a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
Right.
What? Oh, I never watched Heroes.
Man, so this is
Maybe
it.
that's what happens. He turns into a bomb and then the island sinks.
the second to the last episode.
Are you sad?
As it gets closer to the end now, I'm getting a bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit sort of. Before I was like, oh, you know, I knew it was going to end.
Right.
I'm prepared for it. Now, we've got a month, less than a month. What day are we? No, yeah, under a month.
Yeah. It's almost April.
It's almost, So.
Man, how far Desmond's come from the character in the hatch
Yeah.
that we didn't
Yeah.
know anything about.
Yeah.
So
So, that was
Geronimo Jacksbeard.
What they died for, 6/16.
Thank y'all for listening. Henry and Cusick, thank you very much
Gracias.
for
Oh
being
yeah,
a
do you want
part.
to do
the
an
closing?
outro?
See, it's hard to figure out how to say Geronimo Jacksbeard in Spanish.
I don't know.
Geronimo.
Geronimo, what is it? Jack's beard?
Barba.
Jack's beard. Yeah.
Barba de Jack. And what are you, Psychic 22?
Sidekick.
A sidekick.
Oh, I could be psychic 22.
All right.
What's gonna happen?
Well, you got
in
one
the
more week
end?
to be psychic.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Jeez.
Well, thank you very
Well,
much.
you get one
Yes.
more after that.
Thank
Yes,
you.
it was great. I'm glad we were able to have
Yeah,
you come out and join us.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And bye-bye.